These were the horrific scenes that Frontline witnessed in North Kashmir villages near the line of control. Several residential structures razed to rubble. For the affected families, everything destroyed, except for the memories of their ordeal. May 7 dawned fairly peacefully, said Uri residents, but the world turned upside down the very next day.
बहुत ज्यादा डर था, बहुत ज्यादा डर था, हार्ट अटैक होने का खतरा था.
As a result of escalation between India and Pakistan in the first week of May, eyewitnesses told Frontline that the night sky lit up with artillery fire. Those wounded were being moved to a hospital in Baramulla, a big town about 45 kilometers from Uri and 55 kilometers from Jammu and Kashmir's summer capital, Srinagar. At the Baramulla hospital, this father-son duo was being treated. They were not allowed to speak to media.
This is Frontline's second visit to North Kashmir's Uri, which received a lot of shelling, and there was a migration. People had to leave their houses and go to safer places for shelter. Now, for the second time, Frontline is seeing how the semblance of normalcy is slowly returning to the town where fear was the only sentiment a fortnight ago.
We saw a semblance of normalcy returning to Baramulla. There was an uneasy calm, although fear was still palpable. Students spoke about their academic calendar, dreams, aspirations, dialogue, resolution, peace, and also hope.
Our generation is our generation has suffered much from this conflict. If we talk about 2016, 2019, and our academic sessions were very terrible. We have not studied enough. So what we have concluded now is that we want peace. We don't want any conflict to happen here. We want both the countries to, set their, relations with each other and not engage in any kind of war.
This student was unhappy over the media portrayal of the Kashmir story.
We have always been misrepresented at national levels, international levels, but we want peace here, and we requested the national media and all the media outlets out there to please do their journalism, follow their ethics. They don't know the J of journalism. They have always misrepresented Kashmiri people and Kashmiri youngsters. We are not like that. We are always, stereotyped. We are very peaceful people. We are honest people. We want peace here. It was kind of terrible situation for us, and we have suffered enough. We don't want our generations now to be taken in prisons.
Aqib, a journalism student, said that fear still exists.
नहीं, अरे मैं सच कहूँ, नहीं, अभी भी है वो, क्योंकि हमने देखा कि जब सीज पर हुआ उसी की शाम फिर से शेलिंग हुई, उस वक्त हम फिर से रहेंगे यहाँ पर, मालूम ही कि कब क्या होगा. जब हम अपने घरों में थे तो अचानक जब शाम को शेलिंग हुई तो हमने देखा फिर उड़ी के लोगों को घरों से निकाला गया और यहाँ पर लाया गया जहाँ पर आपने साथ मौजूद है, और आपने खुद भी देखा क्या सूरत हाल है यहाँ पर. हमने इससे पहले भी देखा है यहाँ. बचपन से मुझे लग रहा कि मेरी डेटा पर 2002 है, मैं 22 साल का हूँ, लेकिन 22 साल में मैंने सिर्फ यही देखा. 5 महीने खामोश सोची, 6 महीने के बाद फिर यही होता. कॉलेज तो हुए रिज्यूम और हम यहाँ पर आ रहे हैं चंद दिनों से, लेकिन इससे पहले भी ये हुआ है, उसके बाद भी कॉलेज लोग हैं. हम कहते हैं कि जो भी होगा एक ही बार होना चाहिए, बातचीत से ही कुछ करें ताकि यहाँ पर नौजवान ना मरे. यहाँ अपने माँ अपनी बेटी को ना खोए, एक बहन अपनी भाई को ना खोए. हम कहते हैं कि यहाँ पर कुछ ऐसा होना चाहिए कि आने वाले वक्त पे यहाँ की नौजवानों को ऐसा नहीं.
This space behind me that you can see is a hostel where residents from Uri who were affected by the shelling were brought here and for temporary shelter, and now they have also gone back. There is semblance of normalcy in the town. Academic calendar has resumed. Boys and girls are back to their colleges, and there is some semblance of normalcy right now that we can feel in Baramulla town, which is in North Kashmir, about 55 to 60 kilometers from the capital, Srinagar. At Gantamulla Bala, a village in Uri close to the line of control, Jalil Mead was back to his farm. A few days ago, he thought he would have a heart attack when the loud explosions went off on the intervening night of May 7 and 8.
कयामत पड़ी है उन लोगों पर जो वहां से आ गए भाग के।
For people like Mir living on the line of control, life is often uncertain and unpredictable. Ghulam Mahyuddin, another farmer, talked about peace and dialogue and had a word of caution for warmongering television anchors.
माहौल तो ठीक नहीं था, लोग डरे हुए थे, बच्चे डरे हुए थे, मकानों से बाहर आ गए, हम इतने डर गए जैसे लगा कि ऊपर से आ रहे हैं, गोले हमारे मकानों पे ही मत गिरने वाले। डर का माहौल था बहुत। जो डरे हुए हैं वो क्या बोलेंगे, वो बोलेंगे थोड़ी जंग होना चाहिए। वो तो वही जाने जिसके घर में गिरे, वो क्यों जाने जो अंदर घरों में बैठे हैं टीवी देख रहे हैं।
A young farmer has returned to his farm after more than a week.
आज तो बेहतर है, आज तो उन दिनों से अच्छा ही है। जब वो शेलिंग चल रही थी तो बहुत डर लग रहा था, खौफ था लोगों में कि अभी एक ही कमरे में बैठते थे लोग, शाम को लाइट ऑफ करके पूरे ब्लैकआउट करके बैठते थे घर पे ही, कि साथ देते थे गवर्नमेंट को कि लाइट ऑफ करे, इतना डरते थे। फिर आज बेहतर है, आज काम पे भी हम निकले हैं।
कब से काम पे निकले आप?
आज ही निकले, आज तो भी अच्छा ही है, देख रहा है हम सबको, गवर्नमेंट ने ऑर्डर दिया है, अब कोई खतरा नहीं है, अमल होना चाहिए। कौन चाहेगा,
जंग में नुकसान
होता है सबका, उधर से भी जाने जाती हैं, इधर से भी। बेहतर यही है कि अमल।
Nargis Bashir Bano from Uri did not even live to see the fragile ceasefire play out in Kashmir. In the Poonch town of Pir Panchal range in Jammu, according to official statistics, at least 13 civilians were killed on the intervening night of May 7 and 8 in heavy shelling from Pakistani armed forces. 3 more civilians, including an administrative officer, were killed a day later as a result of long-range mortar firing in neighboring Rajouri. The overall death toll in the face-off along the line of control is reportedly close to 24 at this point. Meanwhile, during his tour to some of the affected areas in North Kashmir, Chief Minister Omar Abdullah told reporters that more individual and community bunkers would be erected in frontier districts. He reaffirmed his government's commitment to the welfare of the people who live along the line of control. Former Chief Minister and President People's Democratic Party Mehbooba Mufti also visited the affected families. After the ceasefire, reportedly brokered by the United States, there is relative calm in Kashmir, but geopolitical, security and strategic experts warn of the fragility of the narrative of peace and normalcy.
For some, war may be a prime-time television entertainment, but for these people living on the edge near the line of control, they say war brings destruction, it destroys their peace, it destroys their homes and shelters, and they understand the human cost of the conflict. That's why they abhor violence and favor peace, dialogue, reconciliation, and resolution.